Hello everybody. Today we're here to showcase the next 3 characters. I feel like it's been a while, and that's because it has. The characters are just releasing a lot slower. But we're basically doing 3/5 of the prize wall team here today, since every character now is just by the prize wall. I'm trying to look because my videos keep getting out of sync, and I was just quiet for a second there because I'm trying to see. It keeps like skipping around, and I don't know why. It seems like it kind of does it when it's loading something new. And it's not doing it on my phone, it's only doing it on my recording, so that's the problem. But it looks like it's actually pretty okay right now. And it's actually unnoticeable in the recording. It actually just jumps to where it was done skipping, but it makes my audio way out of sync. And it's kind of hard to tell that it's even happening. So I'm trying to make sure it's not happening. Like I said, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know how to prevent it anyways. Maybe I would have to try to record on my old phone. I don't really know. Because yeah, it looked like it skipped pretty big right there. So I don't know. I'm a little worried about it, but I guess we're just going to go forward, and I guess I'll find out when I put my audio on top of this if it's way out of sync or not. But enough about my technical stuff. We've got 3 pretty cool characters, I would say. All from brand new series that were never in the game before. All fairly highly requested characters, I would say, as well. Especially May and Perry, I would say specifically. 22 obviously had its fans out there, but I don't think it was as highly suggested. I actually see Joe asked for more than 22, so maybe we'll get Joe someday. Either way, all these characters are pretty cool, pretty highly suggested, and pretty fun to see. I pulled up each of the patch notes here so we can try to talk about that as we're watching them fight. The first one of the 3 is Perry the Platypus, or Agent P. His first one is the Grappling Grapple, where he cleanses himself and shoots his grappling gun at the ceiling and does a flying kick at the farthest enemy. And it's always fun to see. I was kind of curious how it would work where it's hooking into the ceiling, but it's actually going off screen, which I guess makes sense for sure. I wonder if this game looks like on like an iPad. I feel like the screen would be a lot higher up. Anyways, the next one is the Hazardous Hat. HP throws his hat to the farthest enemy and waits for it to return. As the hat passes by enemies, it deals no damage on the way around, on the way there and back. And that's the only chance we get to see him without his hat. Doesn't really take it off for any other reason except for... Does he walk into the stage without it? I forget. I think he might. If not, I forget how he comes on screen. Let's find out together here. He does. Okay. That's what I thought. It's very fun watching him run up the characters because we're on 2 times speed and he just lunges at them like doop 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 doop. That's pretty fun. He also has the Platypus Slap, where he slaps with his tail, which is pretty classic. I like that they added that one. The Watch Out. Every few basic attacks, Agent P fires his watch laser to follow support or control enemy. And then finally, the Agent P becomes invisible and distracts nearby enemies for the duration. After using Grappling Grapple, Watch Out now removes Reflect from his target. It's bonus fantastic damage and heals Agent P for a percent of his max HP. So healing move on top of all that sounds pretty great to me. Obviously, as the prize wall character, we got him up to the highest star level, and also got a few levels on his red skill. That's good. I also got a bunch from like the red skill crates, so I think I actually have him higher than a lot of other characters. Next up is 22. The first skill is Mischievous Chemist, where 22 hurls a flask at the enemy with the highest basic damage. Once it explodes, enemies in the area will be blinded for duration and dealt fantastic damage. So that's pretty cool to see. The kickback, she hits a soccer ball at the frontmost enemy, dealing fantastic damage, which is also interesting to see happen. I like that she also comes out of that like black square there. I don't think I ever realized that before. Yeah, we just saw both of those take action there. She also the reel them in, where she wheels in the furthest enemy on the battlefield with a fishing rod and removes all their buffs. And then my Spark, for each buff removed can reel them in. It only takes normal damage. I stack Fatigue applied to them and has energy moves. It's basically just buffing out the reel them in skill. And then finally, Soul Searching after using Kickback 22 will immediately cast Reel them in. Reel them in now deals an additional amount of normal damage. I think that's a pretty good idea, and I feel like I don't see that too often where having one skill just immediately trigger another skill. That makes a lot of sense to me. So you see her use the soccer ball, immediately pulling out. Okay, well it didn't do it, so apparently it's not true. After using Kickback 22 will immediately use cast. Yeah, it didn't happen, so I don't know what else to say. Just watched her use the kickback. She did not do it immediately after. I'm just being lied to now. Okay, well that time she got to do it, but she kinda... Maybe when you get her white skill it cancels it out. That might be the case. I think I can clearly see it skipping, which really sucks. The audio's gonna be way off. And there's really not a great way for me to even combat that. Last time I put like some black screens in it towards the end. That's not smart. Anyways, Meilin Lee, I have not seen her fight whatsoever. This has been my first glimpse at it. Obviously my favorite moves are the ones where she turns into the red panda. Especially the one where she cartwheels across the stage. That's pretty awesome. That is her white skill, so it's very fun to watch. And after she returns, she strikes a pose, which helps with reality and armor. And then she also heals max HP per enemy stun. So a supportive move pretty much within a tank hero's white skill. Pretty great to me. I like her entrance and animation as well, where she's pointing forward at the characters. It's very fun. We also have the big heart, which is another transformation one, where she turns the red panda and encourages allies. It's very fast, but it's pretty obvious to see because she's turning into a giant panda. And also the pink clouds kind of help make it noticeable. It is kind of sad how quickly she turns into a panda and how quickly it goes away. I would love for her to just stand as the panda sometimes, do some basic attacking as the panda, but I get it. And we lost, alright. So maybe 31 is the limit. I mean, that's pretty good. They're all prize wall characters, so it makes sense. We don't have any sign-in heroes holding us back for the first time ever. We also have Panda Proof, where she careens through enemies, knocking them back and doing normal damage to each enemy. And then in return, she gains stacks of Hardy for each enemy hit. And honestly, it looks pretty dang similar to the cartwheel one. Sometimes it looks like it almost turns into the cartwheel as she comes back. So I don't know if they just reuse that. That might just be it, but they just reuse the animation. That kind of makes sense to me. She also has the Zen state, where she closes her eyes to stay calm. Basically, her only skill where she kind of just is not in the panda form. I'm pretty sure she has a basic attack though, right? Does she have? What would her basic attack even be? I feel like I haven't seen it. And then also the Dance Fever one is her red skill, but I do not have a red skill yet. Still working on the prize wall, but I have a ton of videos on Meilin that I need to make, so I really couldn't hold off for too much longer. And also we got the patch notes on Friday, so yeah, we got a lot. But I just went through all the characters, so I think it's time we start working on the next one. It's already been quite a while. So here we go. Just gonna bring in Mr. Incredible on top of that. I'm sure that will die instantaneously. 22's still here. So that's cool. I don't know if any of their skills are that stand out. The ideas for the skills are also not that crazy interesting either, I would say. Like, for 22 in particular, I'm pretty disappointed by some of the skills I have for her. They're all based around these different things that she really has no interest in them whatsoever. They're actually things that she has the opposite interest in. She's not interested in science, or fishing, or soccer, yet all of her main skills have to do with that. And the only one that feels like it actually pertains to her is the Spark one. So that kind of sucks, in my opinion. Wish they had given some more stuff based on the other things she does in the movie. And then Meilin as well, like, we see her very briefly turn into the panda. Dance Fever is a red skill, but I feel like dancing is a bigger part of her moves and could have made for a good healing or support move just in general. Although I feel like the Calm Me Down one actually is a pretty good idea. But I feel like I'm replaying the same stage over and over again. What's happening? What am I trying to say? I just feel like there's some other actions that Meilin did in the movie. Like a big one I think of is when she has just a singular arm and she punches with it. I feel like that would have been a cool skill to see. Don't get too comfortable. We move out in 10. You're mad, woman. How are we expected to continue in this heat? This showboating hunter is right. Yeah, I got sand in places I didn't even know about it. Seriously, dude, that's gross. That is gross. Especially because they're tied together. He kind of has to deal with it too. And then Perry has tons and tons of moves from the show because he does different stuff in every episode. So, I mean, it's kind of just a grab bag of different things he can do. None of which, again, I feel like are all that amazing to see. The hat one and the tail whip one make the most sense to me. But I feel like all the vehicles and gadgets that he has, he only uses the watch. He has tons of gadgets, he's a super agent. I feel like it would have been cool to see a few other ones. But the watch one does make sense. He's always wearing that. Even though it doesn't show up on his character, he kind of like moves his fur over and it's been underneath it the whole time. So it does make sense to have all the skills that he has. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that I think that could have been some more interesting ones. And then in terms of fighting, I don't know. I don't know if they're A tier, D tier, no clue. They all seem pretty basic to me, but also not an expert in that sort of thing. But I'm more so just excited by the ideas of the characters. As I'm recording this right now, it's the day before we find out about the next character. And I'm pretty excited because we don't really get data mines anymore, so this is me finding it out for the first time. And since the last three characters have been really cool, I'm pretty curious to see who they have coming up next. We're kind of out of the phase where there's going to be boring characters. We've gotten all the main characters for most things, and even if we haven't, that means we're getting a brand new series, which is equally as interesting. Which can be said for Harry 22 and Meilin. They're all basically main characters. If they're not the main character, they are a main character. You know. And it'd be cool to continue getting new series, but I also enjoy getting stuff from series that only have one or two characters, or even the bigger series. Like, I'd love to get another Toy Story character, honestly. It's been a very long time. I'm still hoping for Lotso, keeping my fingers crossed. I think that'd be really fun. I've been holding out on the bear team specifically because I feel like he could be added at some point. But I would be fine with them adding any other bears as well, because I'd love to do a full bear team. I could also do a full character, or bring in Pete just for funsies, but I really don't feel like he's too much of a bear. He's got the cat thing going on much more so. An oasis lies just ahead. If we leave now, we shall arrive by nightfall. You think you little cankersaurs can pull together long enough to get there? Nod. Affirmative. If we must. Why was Gaston the only one that was weak? I mean, I see an oasis like right there. I can see the oasis. I've been seeing the oasis. I don't see any really glitchiness. I thought that was the whole concept of this. Was that the game is getting really glitchy. I mean, I like the backgrounds for sure, but I'd like to see this setting with some glitchiness too. I haven't had the most time to work on Disney Heroes concepts. I teased the next one was coming up, and most people pretty much understood who it was already, so the cat's kind of out of the bag on that one. I'm really not that interested in doing it, which is probably why I haven't worked on it so much, but also I'm just way too busy on doing other stuff. That, like, I want to get that one done, but I genuinely do need to work on homework instead. And then obviously these videos, I always hold out on making videos because I needed to do like homework. And today I've already recorded, this is my third video I've recorded because I just need to get them out now. But this will literally just cover the weekend, and then by Monday I gotta make videos again. So yeah, it's been rough with school. I've been insanely busy. And like, yes, I still play games. Like I play Multiverse pretty much every day. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much working entirely outside of that, if not on school or working or on YouTube stuff. So yeah, it's been, I mean, I actually do enjoy keeping myself busy, but it gets to be a lot, and I think that when we get closer to the end of this semester, I'm really going to start feeling that want to not do anything. I've kind of already been feeling it, but I've been interested in some of the projects I've been working on, so that's kind of what's been keeping me going. But when I'm not interested in a project, I have absolutely no want to even work on it. Like, it's not going to get done. I'm at like a printmaking class, and I do not care about printmaking whatsoever. So it's really been falling behind. Like the teacher can tell, I'm not putting my whole heart into it. We might honestly be stuck on this one, which I wouldn't really complain on because, like I said, the eye is going to be way out of the sync, and I don't really know how I'm going to change that. But yeah, I mean, the Mr. Incredible can't do it, that's just that. Is it Gizmo that's keeping us? Let's take Pete out. I know sometimes we ended up winning with Philip. Let's see if I can reign true again. I mean, we're instantly doing better, I would say. Or aren't we? No, we're not. We're really not. Okay. You know, let's just try it again, but taking auto off. And then I'll only try a couple more times, and if it ain't gonna go, then like it ain't gonna go. Let's take the auto off on it for a second here as well. Yeah, Gizmo is like a unstoppable force right now. I don't know if this makes any sense. Joy might just die right away. But she could heal us at any point here. That might be good. Dang it. And yeah, it's going to be exactly the same as every other round. It's not changing anything. I need to change the variables somehow, but I can't figure out how. Let's bring in Vanellope. She's going to switch it up. If this doesn't happen, I'll just quit. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And okay. Yeah, it didn't work. Okay, I'm back. I beat that stage. And also my family was getting in the way, so I figured I should just stop. But I don't really want to just stop. Like, this is my only chance to get through these chapters regularly, so I should probably just try to finish this one out, even though I also have nothing else to talk about. But I might also lose as well again, and I guess get stuck on one. I mean, but the way I got out was with these characters. I actually do think that Mother Gothel had a lot to do with it. I don't think Zeus actually did a whole lot. Mother Gothel really brought it through. That ham at the beginning of the stage was causing me trouble. Like, it would kill all my allies before I could get through, but when I brought in Mother Gothel, she would, her Stavington guy would come in and instantly kill Ham as soon as he came in. So all of my allies were able to come into the next round, and then everybody died but Mr. Incredible, but he was able to defeat the John Silver and the the gizmo, and I think John Silver is actually the one causing the main source of trouble for me, which I didn't realize at the time. But that's always just what happens, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I just bring in random characters, and sometimes it ends up, well, actually every time it's happened, I eventually got it to work. And it's weird because they're not anywhere near as leveled up as Mr. Incredible, so it's like, I doubt this will even do anything. Like, they're just gonna die right away, but sometimes it's just not the case. Like, Mother Goth is pretty strong, but she's only a red 0. So it's weird how well she was able to save us there. The main thing I was looking for was kind of someone who could do that to Ham, since Ham is causing so much trouble and getting rid of all of my allies right away. But I did not realize that she was going to be the one to do so. So yeah, again, we're running into trouble here. So who do we bring in? That was like the final round of the fight, too. I mean, Randall's pretty good at some certain things, so maybe we should try him. But I never know what's going to work or what's not. Like, sometimes Prince Philip is helping me and sometimes not. We're going to lose again. I think it's Ian. Yeah, for sure. Ian can be strong too sometimes. So we got to bring in a counter to Ian, but who would that even be? Again, sometimes bringing in Prince Philip has helped. Zeus doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot, so we'll take him out. I don't think Jafar will even last through the first round, but I know that he can be helpful, so we'll try it. So we lost Prince Philip, but maybe his energy is not enough to help us through. I don't think the first round has taken us this long ever, but it's because Rafiki keeps healing himself. So here we go. Let's see if this does anything. I mean, Ian's charmed, so I don't really know what else I could have done there. I think maybe, I don't know if we killed Mr. Incredible, but like, there's no way we're gonna win this, right? I mean, we need Mr. Incredible. But we didn't even like do any damage. So how can we, maybe we take it out to auto. Am I able to choose who gets charmed? I don't really know. So let's see. Do this right away and that right away and that. Okay, so I want to charm Ian, but Mr. Incredible might be getting killed by, what the heck even happened? So maybe we don't ever use, well, I don't think I used Jafar's skill last time either. I don't know how to combat this, honestly. So yeah, him. Mr. Incredible didn't get healed like at all, what the heck? Oh shoot, he's alive. So yeah, that might just do it. Oh shoot, I forgot I'm not on auto. No, come on, come on. Oh my gosh. That was a mess. It is strange. I'll never understand it. This game makes no sense. Like, it's not even a game. It just feels like I'm watching a video. Then all of a sudden, what the heck? Why is it on auto? I left it on auto last time. Anyways, it feels like I'm just watching it play out. But then when you actually try to influence it, sometimes it works out, and I don't. It's so strange. What a weird game. Like, I don't know any other games that have this gameplay mechanic. Yo, Ducky, my money is on the Megavirus. Yeah, I'm with you. This is some nightmare fuel sort of stuff. What are you two fluffballs talking about? Oh, you know, nothing big. Just the Megavirus. It sent all that sand to throw us off the scent. That's impossible. No way. MV does what it wants. But there's something real important at that oasis. I would hope so. That's what the whole chapter's been about. Ducky and Bunny are weirdly kind of a perfect, what is it called, comic relief for the story. I have enjoyed seeing more characters showing up, but although I think that Ducky and Bunny have showed up in the campaign before. I noticed that, like, Kita showed up, and I doubt she was ever in it too often. But yeah, Calhoun has been here forever. I'm kind of not interested in seeing her anymore. I guess she's kind of like the leader of the team in this part of the story, so we have to have her. But they could have chosen someone else to be the leader. Pretty much anybody else probably would have been fine. Alright. I mean, we're pretty close now. We've gotten a few snags, but as always, I've been able to just brute force my way through with one strong Mr. Incredible. And I continue trying to level up as much as I can. It's been pretty slow recently. I think I got him up to Y14 though, pretty recently though. So he should be a little bit better than he was before, that's for sure. And yeah, he's really good at just getting teams out. Some of the characters that have that bit of invincibility are the only ones that are able to get in his way, really. So your Ians and your Gizmo Ducks and John Silvers, I guess. And Shank and all them. But like, yeah, Mulan too has a crazy defense. A lot of characters that just don't have it, and he comes in and destroys them. So that was Dune and Gloom. I like the name of that quite a bit. Next up was probably another sand one, right? Yep. We're in Trackers, a big old tall building there. Alright, well thanks for watching. I will see you then. Goodbye.